Hey, what's up, guys? So we are back with this week's video series in the whole my binge eating story, and helping you guys out the best I can. So real quick, as you can see, pancakes and powerlifting. The blog is now live. I just did it today, so it's been up for about 4 hours. So please forgive me if it's not perfect. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it's pretty good. Obviously, I got to change this around. The name's backwards. I just saw that. But now all my training summary videos are all on one giant page. The blog only has one blog post. Sorry, internet's acting up a little slow today. Probably hates me for all the time I've spent on it, getting this thing up and running today. But there's only one blog post right now called My Story in 1,800 Words or Less. Really didn't plan the name, just conveniently worked out that everything was shorter than 1,800 words. So there's the blog post, and then the About page, which is the same thing. So anyway, the page is live. Super excited. I'm on spring break now, so it's going to be my main focus over spring break. So getting everything up on that site and getting it really up and running. And so super excited about that. But without further ado, let me jump into this week's presentation now. All right, so real quick. Basically, like I said, that video is the quickest viewed video. It actually just crossed 200 views today, which is freaking awesome. I'm super excited. I've never had 200 views on a video before, so another PR, and PRs don't only occur in the gym, they can also occur in life. That's a PR. Like I said, many emails, gotten more this week. Same feedback clips because I don't feel like changing them. There's a bajillion on I've saved. Saves done in construction, obviously, keep adding to it. Blog is launched, check it out. More feedback, feel free to pause and read. Feel free to pause and read. Just showing you that I'm not a scam. I really help people because it's the internet, which is unfortunate that people don't believe this, but nevertheless, there's some feedback. I have more. I just don't feel like making a whole list of feedback, but there will be testimonials on the website if you really want to check them out. The link will be in the description box below. So, off to on. That was a question. Basically, let me jump back real quick. The flip switch came from someone I Skyped over in England, a gal. I Skyped her. She asked me, like, what happened? I was in a cycle for 3 years, and then all of a sudden it seems like I just switched and went back. Obviously, it's not quite how it worked, but I knew what she was getting at. So I knew how to answer a question. I felt like, well, maybe a lot of people could benefit from it, because that's what a lot of people think. Like, a lot of people look at successful people, and they think that they, this one magical thing happened, and, they became that successful person, when really it's a whole culmination of things. So I knew what she was getting at, and I felt like making a video would be really beneficial to everybody. So basically, what happened? Well, in essence, I grew sick and tired of being sick and tired. Like I said, I was in the cycle for 3 years. I just started to get fed up with it. Like, I was just getting sick and tired of every weekend. Here we go again. Here we go again. So I failed. Like I said, it was every weekend for 3 years. Just kept failing and failing and failing. And what comes back to the top point. You're sick and tired of being sick and tired. Because of the constant cycle, a lot of food, no food, a lot of food, no food. It was a constant yo-yo every week, and my body had no chance to go in any direction. It was like as soon as I went this way, I pulled it back this way, and as soon as I went this way, I pulled it back the other way. And there was no consistency in either direction. Like, I wasn't eating enough to get stronger or gain muscle. At the same time, I wasn't eating small enough to lose fat. I just stayed there. Like, I would blow up and I would lose it, and I'd blow up and I'd lose it, and I'd blow up and I'd lose it. It was basically the same, 40 pounds or so that just coming off and on and off and on and off and on. So in my less serious friends were blowing my doors off. Like, I had friends that were going out and drinking because I was against it at the time. Friends were eating crappy food, and dude, they were benching 315. And I was still struggling to do 155. I couldn't squat 225. If I did anything greater than that, it looked sloppy, it looked ugly. I'm about to get crushed. So I was getting pissed. I was like, dude, these guys don't even go to the gym that often. They kind of come in when they feel like it. They eat crappy food, or at least what I thought was crappy at the time. They're drinking, they're screwing around, and yet they have the goals that I want. So what the hell's going on? Didn't make sense to me. I was trying to touch the North Pole and the South Pole at the same time. I was trying to add on muscle mass and lose fat at the same time. I was trying to increase my bench press by 100 pounds, but lose 40 pounds off my gut. It just wasn't working because there's two opposite goals. You can do one and then the other. It's very hard to do both. So like I said, there you are. That's me. That's really not me, but that's what I felt like. I was skinny. Well, not really skinny, but I couldn't lift when I wanted to lift, but I didn't look the way I wanted to look. Frustrations. So does this sound like you? Do you relate to this in some sense? Do you want something yet you fail time and time again? Because that was me. I wanted the bigger bench press and I wanted the abs, but I was failing time and time and time again. It was a never-ending cycle. Every weekend, 3 years. Here we go. I knew it was like a routine. It was like clockwork. There was frustrations. There was anger, pissed off, tears, thoughts about suicide. I just got freaking mad. Like this was my life for like 3 years, and those 6 emotions or whatever's right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 emotions. 5 emotions. Excuse me. But that's what it was. That's just how I felt. Nothing was fun. I wasn't happy. I wanted things, but I wasn't getting them. And no matter how hard I worked, I still wasn't getting them. And the people who looked like they weren't even working as hard as me were getting them. And I was like, what the heck is going on? Take the camera. So are you on plan Triple Z? We passed plan A, Double A, and Triple A. We're on plan Triple Z. We're about to go on Quadruple A. I tried all these supplements. Like I mentioned in videos, I was a program hopper. Every time a new program on vitamin.com came out, I tried it. And there was just no consistency in what I was doing. So, action steps. How can I help you? What can I do for you so you can avoid the same situation that I found myself in? Well, let me tell you. So, admit that there's a problem. Pretty simple. Is it so simple? Took me 3 years to admit that I had a problem. I lied to myself. I was in denial. And I just kept saying I need to. Excuse me. I'm still working on my English. It's my first language. I can't speak it all the time. More effort. I needed to put in more effort. I'm not working hard enough. I need to work harder. More cardio, less food, more this, less this, more this, less this. My body was just burnt out. But I lied to myself. I didn't have a problem. I'm just being a wimp. You need to work harder. Quit being a bitch, man. Work harder. Denial. I don't have a problem. You just don't work as hard as me. That's why you think I'm weird. Stuff like that. It just wasn't healthy. Stop. Take a deep breath. Is it the system or is it me? Think about it. Is it something you're doing or is it the system you're following? You are not a failure. Your results don't define you. I don't consider myself a failure even though I went through 3 years of that. I'm not a failure. I'm better because of it. And it's given me great insights on life that I can, pass on to other people that can benefit from. Slow down. Taking 1 day, 1 week of your life to just take deep breaths, walk away, and think. Turn off your distractions. Here's my phone. I don't need it. When I work, that damn thing is off. Just clear your mind. Walk away. Turn off Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, my tube, his tube, YouTube, me face, my face, your face, my space. New rap. Write it down. Copyrighted. James Hillegas. But seriously, take deep breaths and clear your mind and just step away. Go and visualize what you want. Really crystallize it. Just get away from everything. Give yourself a break. 1 week in the grand scheme of things of your life is not a whole lot. We're going to pause this PowerPoint. We're going to do a little math demonstration right quick. Let's go to the calculator. So there's 52 weeks in a year. We're not doing the leap year stuff. So 52 weeks in a year times, let's say you have 60 years, which is a very short estimate. So there's going to be that many weeks in your life. 1 divided by 3,120. That is a very, very small percentage. That is to the 10,000th percent of your life to take off, get a break, and regroup. It's worth it. In the grand scheme of things, it's worth it. It is less than 1/10,000th of a percent if you take 1 week out of your 60-year life to regroup and reframe yourself. Boop, go on PowerPoint. There we go. Okay? It's in the grand scheme of things, it's fine. Everything's going to be fine. Take a deep breath. Calm down. It's all going to work out. Alrighty, sorry I couldn't get to say 3. This is technically step 3. I was tired of messing with PowerPoint to get it to say 3. But basically, this was my system. I created my failures. I set myself up to fail. I was doing something I hated. I was not interested in bodybuilding. I was doing it because I wanted to look good, because that's what everyone else, said was the look good. Like, everyone else's definition of what looked good was like the chiseled body and the abs and the muscles and all that, and I was doing it for them. I wasn't doing it for myself. Okay, let me back that up. How do I say this? I wanted to be liked by everybody else, and I knew that if I did that, maybe people would like me more if I looked this way, so I chased that. It wasn't something I wanted to do. I hated cardio. I hated bodybuilding workouts, and I was doing it for somebody else, to look a certain way for somebody else. You get the idea. It just wasn't my passion. I hated every minute of it. I was restricted on my intake. I just set myself up to fail. Like, I set myself up to binge. I told myself no. It's way harder to say no to like something you want when you tell yourself no. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to think of a good analogy for it. M&Ms. I love M&Ms. It's way easier for me to say no or to not eat M&Ms if I just don't say no to myself. It's kind of like reverse psychology, I guess. Like, as soon as I say no to something, it makes you want it more. Because I'm like trying to push it away. I'm like trying to like hide the fact that I want that thing or whatever. You know what I mean? When you acknowledge that you want it, you say no, and you start denying yourself whatever it is, and in my case, food. It just made me want it more. And the more I denied myself, the stronger that urge grew. And I would do it, and I would do it, and just build up, and volcano, Mount Vesuvius, blowing up in the kitchen at 12 at midnight because I'm eating everything in the house that's not nailed down. Not a rapper. Who am I kidding? So play detective. So for me, when I play detective, I restructured my system. I started to adopt it if it fits your macros. I read into it. I did research. I learned what it was. How can I adopt it? And what was I doing wrong? I started to mess with my psychology, my mind, everything that I believed about food, what was actually true. And it got down to the roots. A new way to train. For me, bodybuilding wasn't my thing. Powerlifting is much more of my thing. It just is what it is. I just enjoy it way more. I look forward. I have heavy squats and deadlifts tomorrow at 5 in the morning. Super excited. I can't wait to be there. But bodybuilding, I wasn't interested in that. I hated that crap. But when I say new way to train, like, there's so many ways to work out. Like, everyone thinks that working out involves going to the gym and lifting weights. I don't agree with that at all. I think that's crap. There's so many ways to work out to be fit. Like, lifting weights is one way. Being fit is like sports. If you say you like sports, you could like basketball, baseball, football, soccer, badminton, racing, golf, skiing, snowboarding, skateboarding, biking, swimming, running, jogging, ice skating. There's just so many. Sports is so broad, and then there's all these little categories underneath it. It's like saying I want to be fit, and then there's all these categories underneath it. You can do powerlifting, you can do bodybuilding, you can do CrossFit, you can do yoga, you can do triathlons, you can swim, you can bike, you can run, you can do the Ironman, you can do decathlons, you can do triathlons. I mean, there's so many ways to get fit. You can play badminton, you can play pickup basketball games, you can play flag football in your community, you can play pickup softball games. There's so many ways to get fit. You don't have to be in a freaking gym. That's why I don't like about this whole thing. This whole industry makes you think that to get fit, you have to be in the gym lifting weights and drinking protein shakes. That's not how you get fit. I don't agree with that. You should be able to do fun things and you're in shape. Because you should be able to run and jump and move and do all this other crap. I don't care. Like, ugh. You don't have to work out in a gym. You can go outside. It's 60 degrees. It's Ohio. It's supposed to be snowing. It's the spring. I don't believe it's going to stay this one for long, but we're going to enjoy the sunshine. Yeah. The no idea is dumb. Like I said, there's so many ways to work out. No idea is stupid. Think something. Create something yourself. Think of a new idea. There are people who jump over park benches and jump from building to building and swing over things like monkeys. Like, I can't do that, but they can do it, and they're in shape, and they don't go to a gym. You don't need to work out to be healthy. So, in closing, like I always close, do not look up at the mountain. Look down at your own 2 feet. Move those one in front of the other, day after day, week after week, year after year. I have no idea why I'm in the mood to rap, but I like it. So, 3 years of Binge is strict. I've been there myself. Every emotion you feel, every frustration, anger, pain, every tear that drops, I did it all myself. I can relate to you on levels that other people can't relate. That's why I make these videos. I make videos because I can feel more of a connection between me and you than me typing words on the screen. Plus, not to mention, I hate typing words on the screen. I hate blogging. But I know what I have to say is important, so I'm going to do it anyway because I have a passion for it. If you can't tell, I'm fired up. I'm pumped up. It is 7 o'clock on a Friday. I should be out drinking, but this is more important because I enjoy this. And I did it yesterday because it was St. Patrick's Day. Check out my Instagram if you don't believe me. I replaced my protein intake with alcohol. That was sarcasm, not really. But I can create more of a connection with you and make videos than I can with typing. I'll do blogs occasionally, but you feel more connected. You can see my face, you can hear my voice, you can see how stupid I look. But you feel more connected. You feel like we have more of a one-on-one bond than me typing words on a screen. Because anybody can type words on a screen. But you can only visualize it, but now you can actually see what I'm saying and all my hand motions and the dumb things I'm doing. But anyway, that's them apples. If you have questions, feel free to email me at that email just below. All my social media links are down yonderville. And I will catch you guys next week with whatever blog I conjure up during the week and decide to create. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me below. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend.